Hello, beautiful souls. Hello, Annie G here. I hope you're all having a good day or night wherever you are in this crazy world. So, welcome back to my channel. If you're new and returning, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking your time to watch my video and for being on my channel, my small little channel that I'm starting. Welcome to Annie in the Wild. As you see, I am not in the wild technically. I'm in a hotel room. Yes, I've been in a hotel room for a bit of a while now, ever since, I don't know, 3 weeks. I don't know, I've been here for a minute. God, and you know what? Hotels are not what everyone like makes them out to be. You know, everyone makes it seem like hotels are so much more comfortable than like van life. Like, why would you stay in your home on wheels instead of a hotel? It's like, well, let me tell you why. Because in my van, you know, number one, number two, number three, number four, number five, six, seven, eight, infinity is comfortable, right? I can name all the reasons, you know, and a hotel is not comfortable, you know, and people are like, wow, it's just funny. It's been quite an experience. Let me just tell you, this has all been, I've been permanently, how can I say it? Without a home, I guess. I'm not homeless, but I'm without a home. So I'm temporarily displaced is what I'm calling myself, because I am temporarily displaced. You know, I explained in, I think it was my first video that I posted here on my channel, which was from Oak Flats. And as I was walking around and showing you the campsite in that video, I'm also explaining my crazy situation. So my home, like roofers came and like the people who were supposed to fix the roofing, they came a day before a huge rainstorm. Needless to say, the whole interior of the house has to be demolished. It's not just us, it's like 6 of our neighbors. And so all hell has broken loose. They have literally taken the home of multiple people, multiple families, quite literally in like 30 minutes, just like made the homes unlivable. Don't get me started with the mold, mildew, asbestos, and all of that stuff. Don't get me started with all of the things I've been dealing with for the past 3 years with this HOA. Don't get me started. Let me just say, when it's just me in this world, I am going to sell the house and I'm never going to own a home ever again in this state of California. I'll go and I'll invest in a home in another state and I'll rent it out, but I'm never going to be a homeowner in this state and I'm never going to actually live in the home. Like, I'll rent it out, c'est la vie, but no, like, no. I hate being a homeowner and all the responsibilities. Everything has been on my shoulders throughout all of this, all of these years. And it's been a lot. So anyway, sorry, went on a little rant there. Well, not really a rant. I'm trying to give all of you context, you know, especially like it's a new channel. So I'm trying to, you know, have you have like an understanding of my situation right now. So, and what's going on and why I'm, you know, Annie in the Wild. Why is Annie in the Wild? You know, that's why. So, so you got the gist of it. Believe it or not, that was the fast version. That was the short version. So yeah, so it's been 3 months that I've been permanently out on the road. And it's actually been quite an experience. Everything that could go wrong did and has. And it's just like constant problem solving, but it's okay. I'm finally at a place where I have everything in a place where I like it for the van, and especially by being here in the hotel. So the main reason, before I get to the car stuff, the main reason I was here in the hotel was not only did my baby girl over here, she is on remission. She's officially on remission from her lymphoma. She's on remission, everybody. Yes, it's been crazy couple years, but she's on remission. And so we had that big appointment and changes with her, like we're starting to decrease her medicine. So, you know, I'm afraid of like her cancer symptoms were really bad. And so, you know, there was a lot of like diarrhea stuff. And so I'm just really afraid of that happening in the van. God, can you think of a more disastrous nightmare than that? So, so yes. So we've been, just chilling, making sure she's doing okay. And she has been. She's been doing okay, which I'm really thankful for. Knock on wood. She's been doing okay. So, oh, sorry, honey. It's just mama. She thought it was the door. But yeah, so, and I apologize for my hair being crazy. The water quality doesn't seem to be great at this hotel either. So it's like doing a number on my hair, kind of. So, yeah. So what was I saying? Yeah, so that's why we're in one of the main reasons we're in the hotel is also not just for her appointment and the fact that we're now having her, she's officially on remission and we're decreasing her medicine. So on top of that, also, I've had to get every single thing that I own, everything together, right? I had to not only get it together, but things had to be organized. Things had to be separated. What am I going to be needing to keep? And another thing I have to do tomorrow, I have to get a storage unit because it's like, what am I going to be keeping? Like things I'm going to need for the next year or two, because there's going to be seasons changing. There's going to be events happening. Maybe there's weddings that might pop up. I don't know, right? So I need to have things access to, I'm not just going to go and buy everything that I forgot or didn't keep, that I might need. That's a lot of money that I can't just, spit out like that, and I can't just stay at a hotel because like I'm staying at an extended stay because they have a kitchenette and also because they're animal friendly. But they're not exactly clean and sanitary in this specific location. Now, I've stayed in other extended stays and I didn't have the problem I had here, but it's not the greatest here at this specific location. So yeah, so I've been doing that, so I've been getting that organized, like what's staying, what's leaving, because what's going to be happening is the company is going to be coming in and taking everything and like, it's going to be with them indefinitely until the house is put together, and we're back in. So meanwhile, I'm sorry if you hear things in the background. There's people walking by my room in the hallway. So sorry. But yeah, so the whole time I've been here, I've been just figuring out, okay, what am I keeping? What is going? Like all of my, for example, I'm a spiritual healer. I'm a spiritual guide to people. So all of my spiritual belongings are being kept in storage boxes with me. They're not taking those things. Are you kidding me? All of like my deities and my spiritual everything, no, they're not taking that anywhere. So that, that's going to be kept. Clothes that I'll need, like for example, we're in summer. I don't have space to carry around, again, sorry if you hear noise outside, there's people outside in the hallway. So, I don't have space, like I don't have a roof rack on my van, so I don't have space, like an attic, to keep like excess clothes. I have pillowcases where there's the winter clothes I think I'll need, but just in case I am keeping a lot of jackets, and those jackets are like taking up a lot of room, so there's like 2 boxes with jackets, but it's not even that many jackets in it, it's just like they're just taking up a lot of space. So it's just a matter of what can I keep, what do I have room for, what don't I, what's going to go into storage, or what's going to go with this company. I apologize. And so it's okay, Juge. She's reacting to the people outside. She's like, who the hell are these people outside our door causing a ruckus? Go cause a ruckus in your room. Get away from our door. trying to record a video here, people. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, so I've been getting a lot done over here. There's been a lot happening as I've been staying here in this room, which is the only silver lining. Because I also honestly, I got to like get together a lot of things in the car. and like reorganize. And that's what I was trying to like jump to in the beginning, and like I had to catch myself, but I'll get to it now. Like I was able to really organize things in my car really well, a lot better than it was, I think. And especially if I'm like being in the car for so long in the van, I kind of have a better sense of how I want things. And I'm really happy with the setup in there. And I can't wait until I like, because a lot of the setup is obviously here with me. I'm not keeping any of my expensive like gear in the car, but I can't wait until I go back in there. I am leaving. Tomorrow is my last night here. So finally, as of yesterday, I got everything done. The only thing that's left is that, and I was waiting until I had to organize everything because I had to have a sense of how much stuff or how big of a space I'll need before going to get a storage unit. So tomorrow, the responsibility is to not only stop at the house to talk to the employees and everything that have to come by with the insurance company, but also, or I think it's the insurance company that's coming by. I don't know, there's a couple people that have to come by. So, so there's the workers that have to come, and then there's a storage unit that has to get taken care of. And those two things have to get taken before we check out. Oh, and then I have to get an oil change. So those three things have to get done tomorrow before we leave here. So, I mean, it's really been great that all of these responsibilities and everything have been able to get taken care of, because when I'm also out on the road, the main places out here in Cali, they're like, they don't really have service, you know, like the free places, they don't have service. And I have my, I have my satellite, but my battery that runs it, it only lasts like 3 hours, and then I have to recharge it, and then, or the battery bank, I have to recharge that, and then I have to plug it back in again. So I can only have service like 3 hours at a time, which kind of sucks. And so that's also why I can't really get anything done out on the road. And I definitely won't be able to like kind of transfer things to the storage unit too once me and my baby girl here are back in the car, because it's going to be us and there isn't really going to be room to put the boxes anywhere. So I have to do this tomorrow. It's either tomorrow or there is no other time. So really left it last minute this time around for this, which I was trying not to, but it is what it is. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited to go back into the van because this hotel room has not been comfortable. This entire hotel has been a nightmare, honestly. The employees during the day are great, and the manager is really nice. Everything else is a disaster. The people who stay here are like really like loud and obnoxious, and people allow their dogs to like go attack other dogs a lot, apparently, and I don't really understand that. It's like, ever heard of a leash? I mean, if I had a dog and my dog got attacked by someone else's dog, oh honey, get ready for a lawsuit because we're going at it. Let's go. Because yeah, ever heard of a leash? Yeah, it's called responsibility. Yeah. Anyway, that's a whole different topic within itself, but that's kind of been very, very annoying because it's like everyday thing. At night, in the middle of the night, like I don't know how the people are walking, but they walk like dum 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 dum. Fee, fi, fo, fum. They're walking like crazy, like the walls shake, and my baby freaks out, and she goes like this, like, what is that? So I don't know what that's all about. That's really strange. So the bed is very uncomfortable. The place is not very clean. I had to sanitize like all the surfaces really when I checked in, on all of those things. And I don't know, there just isn't the peace and the comfort that I have in the van. Like the hardest thing in the van for me is to be pretty much, it's like, oh, where are we gonna stay at night? You know, is there gonna be a campsite? Is it gonna be stealth camping? Is it gonna, like, what is it gonna be, you know? So that's the only frustrating part. Other than that, it's great, you know? And other than like having to leave my baby in the car and then like go to the gym to shower, you know, but other than that, you know, it's really easy. It's not very difficult. You know, and it's definitely more comfortable than a hotel. I hands down, I am more comfortable in my van and out there in nature than I am in these four walls in a hotel room with all these stressors around. It's just too much for me. You know, on top of the stress I'm already dealing with all of the stressors around here, it's just too much. And then the stress it causes her, and then I have to calm her down constantly. And it's just like, oh my gosh. So, and honestly, it's just a bit really boring in a hotel. Honestly, it's like when you're out there, there's constantly something to do. You're constantly busy. Either I'm on call working, or, you know, I'm cleaning, or I'm taking care of my baby, or I'm looking for where we're going to be going, you know, to get there. Like it's just like constantly on it, you know, and your brain is like functioning and stuff. You're never kind of like in a dull moment where you're like, like staring off into space, you know, like there's always something. And, you know, it's like I actually try to make dull moments happen, you know, so I could just sit there even for 5 minutes and enjoy the outside. And I don't feel the stresses that I do contained in walls, you know, like I feel stressed, you know, and I don't feel as stressed when I'm outside in the van outdoors, you know. So and definitely you know, I have the comfort of my own clean bed, you know. I have my own bed that's comfortable in there, you know. I really miss my bed so much. It's like I've been telling my family, if I get out of this hotel without my neck like straining or like getting stuck on me somehow, I'm lucky, you know, because it's been pretty bad. It's been pretty bad. My body's been really going through a number. I already have like a bad back, it grinds. And so this has been very terrible. This bed right here that you see, this is a terrible bed. Someone should burn this bed. Okay, in a safe way, obviously, but these beds should be burned and new beds need to be put in. These beds are completely terrible, worn out, just not comfortable at all for your back, your neck, your shoulders. Like everything is just cramped when you wake up. It's like, what is going on? So I definitely miss my bed in the car too. I am someone who personally, I don't use public toilets. I do not ever in my life. I'm a little past my mid-30s, okay? And I have never used a public restroom, like sat on a public toilet. To tinkle, like to pee, I will squat over a toilet, but I will not sit down on a toilet. So I'll use it only for like number one and squatting over, you know? I always use my own toilet. So, sorry, I just hit the microphone. So sorry. But I always use my own. So I also miss my own toilet in the car. I also miss that. I really do. I really, 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 really do. So, yeah, I mean, I guess there's people who are more comfortable in a hotel. I think it's all hype, honestly. For me personally, I'm not more comfortable in a hotel. I'm more comfortable out there. Annie likes the wild, not the walls. But yeah, so I just wanted to update you guys on what's going on with me. Tomorrow is my last night here, and I'm supposed to check out on Sunday, but I'm gonna check out on Saturday just so I can just check out throughout the day slowly instead of rushing it and having to be out at a certain checkout time. You know what I mean? So I'm checking out on Saturday. So tomorrow is my last night here. Tomorrow's Friday. So I'm going to take care of everything that has to get, like those last minute things that are left that have to get done tomorrow. I'm going to get that done. And then, get ready for Saturday to get the hell out of here. I'm so excited. So the next videos you're gonna see are gonna be out in the wild. We're gonna go, just in case, I do have a campsite, but for Sunday night, not for Saturday. So we're going to be stealthing it. So I have to figure out where we're gonna go. I have some options, but I don't really know if any of them are how well they're gonna work out. But I do have some options. So yeah, I'm like really, really like, I can't wait. I really can't wait until I get back in my car, in my home on wheels. I really miss my home on wheels so much, and I worked really hard to make it comfortable for the both of us, with my baby girl, my fur baby obviously right here, in mind, number one, and then myself, you know. So a lot of thought has gone into my setup, and I love it, and it's very comfortable. So yeah, this house situation isn't going to get done anytime soon. From how everything is going, if it keeps going the way it is. At first I was like, now I realized I was being hopeful, but at first I was like, oh yeah, like this time next year we'll be back, you know, everything will be done, you know, the house will be ready. That is wishful and hopeful thinking. That is not going to be happening. So I will be lucky if the house is ready in the next 2 years. Okay, I'm not just saying that. So yeah, yeah. So I'm just getting comfortable, and I'm not here, not in a hotel, but in this situation. I'm just, you know, finding my footing, and I really like, I'm getting there, you know, I'm really getting there to find my footing. I finally got everything like settled with all of the things that I own. That was a huge responsibility, and getting rid of all the things that, you know, I don't need and giving it away or giving it to the thrift stores and everything, you know, that was a huge thing, you know, so that was a big deal. So I got a lot done. So that's the only saving grace of this hotel. Because do you know how much the hotels cost? And it's not even like a 4 to 5 star hotel. Do you know how much it costs? For 30 days, get ready, $4,500 for 30 days. Yes, yes. And that is like that is pretty much that's like the cheapest option that's been around. So yeah. So hotels are very expensive. It has been very expensive staying here, and you know, it has been on my credit card that I'm paying, and the insurance hasn't coughed up the money that they need to cough up. You know, it's like your roofers caused this, you know, literally took our home away from us by like literally destroying it, you know. You got to take care of it, you know, however much it costs. It's their fucking, excuse my French, responsibility. It is. You ruined it. Well, so, okay, well now we're going to need housing. You're going to need money for that housing, right? So we're going to need that. You know, we're going to need money for all of the other things that we're going to need, like storage and all of those things. You know, life is life while life is lifing, you know. So, you know, whether, you know, however much that costs for 6 households, you did it. You were irresponsible about it. You caused this. Now you need to take care of it. You know, you literally took away 6 households, you know, 6 homes in a matter of half an hour. Are you kidding me? Like maybe in maximum it took them an hour. Are you joking? You literally dehomed people. So yeah, money's the least of their problems. Okay? Okay. So, because if they don't take care of it, I'm going to take them to court. And if I take them to court, baby girl's going to be rocking and rolling, because they're going to be spitting out a lot more. They're going to be paying for my stress, for all of my fucking chest that hasn't calmed down for all of this time, for all my pain and suffering. They're going to be paying and coughing up a lot more if they want to go that route with mama here. Because I ain't no little girl who don't know her thing. Let me just say that. So you want to go, let's go. They're not going to have the last laugh here. So they're not the winner. There's no winner here. You know, us homeowners are left without a home. And now the company has to cough up all of this money now to the homeowners because they literally destroyed their house. You know, so there is no winner here, you know, but it's not the homeowner's fault that you caused this. You know, it's your fault. You did it. So now you need to take care of it. So of course, for anyone who actually has dealt with insurance, this used to be one of my jobs that I did. So I know how this works. I know how it is to deal with insurance. And with everyone who has actually dealt with insurance, you know, when you deal with insurance, it's like every time they have to give you money and shit, it's like you always have to chase after them. They're never going to, you know, be on top of things. If they have to come and contact you, they're not going to come and contact you. You need to contact them. And people don't understand this, you know. So this is going to take a very long time. A very long time. So yeah, I don't really know what to say or where to go from here. I'm just trying to figure it out. You know, at this point, I'm just trying to make sure I have, you know, a place that's safe for my baby and in turn for myself. Food, water, electricity, you know, the things that we need to live. I'm just trying to make sure that we have all of that and we're good and set. And I'm just worried that summer's coming. It's going to be really hot here. Last weekend, it was in the 90s and it felt like it was over 100. And it was only in the mid 90s. So I don't know. As of 2024, last year, I remember there was a 2-week period where it had gotten 118 degrees. And it was back when I had my Kia, my little Kia Sportage. And that was the camper that I had before my van. So when it was that hot, our AC, like it wasn't keeping up, right? So it was so hot in the house and everyone, including my baby here, were like laid up, like, you know, like, oh my God, it's so hot. So I said, you know what? Screw it. I set up my car. Let's go test it out, you know? And that was when I tested out my camping setup in the Kia for the first time. And I fell in love. It was last summer. It's been a while. Damn. Time flies really fast. It's already almost been a year. Wow. That was last summer. My God. Wow. Time flies. Sorry. I was just letting that soak in for a second. My goodness. That time flies. But anyway. So, you know, it's, and it was that hot for like 2 whole weeks, right? And I just took us up in elevation and it was great. It was great. It was like in the 30s at night and we were like nice and cold and snuggled and I loved that. She really likes it when it's cold. She hates it when it's hot. And she also hates it, my fur baby here. Her name's Juliet. Juliet also doesn't like it when the sun is directly on her either. But when it's cold, she loves it. She's a Siberian cat and so she loves it when it's cold. So that's all good. You know, she has all of her like places, you know, I make sure she's totally fine. She has like heating blankets and all the things. She's totally fine. She's more okay than I am. Okay. Let me put it that way. So she's totally good. Okay. But yeah, well, excuse me. So what I did is, you know, I just took us up in elevation. So that was the first year that I've always lived here. Okay. I mean, not always. I've lived here since I was like 6. I was born in Texas. So, and I always say I was brought here against my will by my family because I was too young to have a say. And if I did, I would have never came to California. But yeah, that's just me. But yeah, so I've lived here for a pretty long time, almost my whole life. Yeah, my entire life, it's never gotten that hot out here. It's gotten hot, but not like that, not 118 hot. It was usually 118 in like Death Valley and stuff. And last year, the people who lived in Death Valley, I don't remember the actual number, but I remember the number, like the degree that the news was saying was wrong. The people who actually lived there were showing the thermometers, and it was like 10 to 15 degrees hotter than the news was actually claiming. And it was the same thing here. So I don't really know where that miscalculation was, you know, with like their meteorologists or whatever, but it wasn't accurate. And so to what was actually real life going on. So that was like, it was just so crazy because someone recorded, what was it? It was like over, it was almost 140 degrees in Death Valley last year. Are you joking me? Are you kidding me? Like, that's hot. That's like an oven. That is an oven. That is just insane hot, you know? So, but it wasn't a surprise that much to me though, because it was so hot here. So obviously, you know, if it's that hot here, how, you know, it's going to be hot like that out there, you know, in the desert and stuff. So obviously things are warming up, so more than they usually have been. You know, the summers are officially hotter now that we are, not that we are in, but ever since 2024. I was going to say now that we're in 2024, but no, we're in 2025. So I had to hold myself. But yeah, you know, ever since 2024, yeah, that's what it's going to be. That's how our summers are going to be here, 118. So it will be getting that hot, not the whole summer, but there will be times where for almost 3 weeks it is 118. So if you're living in your car, that's literally like, you'll die. Like, people won't survive that. So I'm really worried about that. So we need to really find a place to go. So I don't know. I was thinking Utah, but you know what? I don't know. Only because I don't know if I want to go that far, because the only reason why is for my baby girl and her health. I'm really paranoid about it, you know? And I'm just like, because she's on remission and we're taking things slowly, I'm just like, God forbid, you know, gods and goddesses forbid, knock on wood, you know, hopefully it doesn't happen, obviously, hopefully not, but just in case, you know, she does, you know, have some kind of a symptom or something happens where, you know, she's going backwards and we need to come to her specialist. Like, I don't want to be out of state and then having to, you know, frantically drive from Utah here, you know? So that's the only thing that's really keeping me here. Otherwise I'll go, you know? You know, if it wasn't for that, I'll be anywhere, you know, I'll be anywhere. But yeah, so that's just keeping me in place right now. Like, so I'm just paranoid about going too far. So I'm really trying not to go too far. So I'm trying to figure out what my options are around here, but high up in elevation. And places like Overlander, they're not the greatest because, well, they're popular, right? So there's a lot of people, you know, so I don't know. I'm more like, go somewhere and then look around that area. You know, I've been finding luck by doing that. So it's not easy though. It's not easy. My method that I'm doing it is not easy, but it works. But it does work. It does give you good results, you know, so I don't know. It is still fresh though, so I'm still testing the method out, so we'll see. But yeah, so I just wanted to come on here and update all of you. The next videos you will see is going to be outside. I don't know if it'll be at a campsite or at a stealth camping place somewhere. But I guess time will tell, right? So it all depends. Things are also not cheap here. Things are very expensive. Some places, like just because the campsite will have their name resort in it, will be just as expensive a night as this hotel, which is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, just figuring it out. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much. It would mean so much to me if you liked it, if you liked this video, and if you have any comments about your journey, if you're also a nomad yourself and you have any suggestions, go ahead and feel free. And of course, keep them respectful of each other and myself of this channel, and with your comments down below. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day or night. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, you guys, keep it safe and keep it wild. Bye.